What's up, everybody? I'm now at what's called the Granite Mountain Mine Memorial. I have no idea what this is. I've never heard of it before, but it's called the Mountain Mine Memorial and Overlook. And it looks like over here is a walking path with some history. I'm gonna see what this is over real quick. Let them people do the thing, because I got stuff over there you can listen to. I'm gonna play it, but I just wanna, make sure I get it from the beginning. Capture, don't start like halfway through it. You know what I mean? But look at the views up here, y'all. And like normal, it's windy out here because I want to yell. It seems like it's always windy when I want to record something like this. View, Silver and Bow. There says no trespassing. View, Silver Bow property. I'm walking over here to see what this plaque is over here. There's some kind of plaque over here. Plus, let's do their thing for a moment. So I'll go back and over there in a minute and play what that is on that, whatever that is over there on that thing. So I'm gonna see what this plaque is, and I'll head over to the actual memorial thing. I've climbed up a big hill. That's what it seems like it is right here. Seems like everywhere you go in Montana, it's going up a hill. It seems like it. This looks like, that just has to look of an abandoned mine property. Sit here for a moment. If y'all ready to read the whole thing, pause it. Top of the trails, holy crap. I'm here and the trail goes, looks like all around the area. I'm just going to do the memorial right now. Like I said, if y'all read the whole thing, pause the video. I'm just going to do it like that temporarily. Looks like they may be walking away now. I'm going to go over here and see what all this is about. And then I'm going to play the thing. It looks like it's got a view into a pit too, the Berkeley pit y'all saw me at the other day. It's just got a view down inside of it, because it's over there. I do believe that's the Berkeley pit right there. It's either that hole or that hole. One of them two is Berkeley pit, and the other one is an actual working mine still. I think it's magnesium. They said that they mining around here right now. It was copper. That's what Berkeley pit was for. A lot of stuff is just, a lot of area where I'm at is called the richest hill in the world because of all the copper they pulled out of here. In fact, when you go to the Berkeley pit, once you step inside the place over there, as soon as you get inside of it, there's a hunk of 400 pounds of copper inside of it. But I'm going over here to see what this memorial is all about now. As y'all see some of the views, there's where I was earlier today. Y'all saw the video. Everywhere you go, you see her. She's everywhere out here. Y'all are seeing what I want my channel to be about. Subscribe if y'all want to. If you watch my videos and ain't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Hit the like button if you want to. Sound like it's still playing. Sounds like it's a thing it plays for a while, apparently. Anyways, this is what I want my channel to be. Go across the country like I am and saw y'all stuff like this, like stuff that other YouTubers don't capture. The history and stuff of the country. Stuff that other YouTubers won't capture. Here's a memorial. I'm gonna walk over there and see if there's a way to restart that and let it play. There you go. This memorial is dedicated to the 168 men who lost their lives in a hard rock mining's greatest disaster, the Granite Mountain Spectacular Fire, June 8, 1917. You got names of people where they're from and all that. I like this over here. Different countries that are represented here, I do believe. Overlooking the mine, that, if I remember right, they said that is, if I remember right, that behind me right there, they said it's still a current working mine right now. Got some pictures. Let's listen to some of this stuff, shall we?
This memorial is dedicated to all the men who died in the Granite Mountain Speculator Mine Fire, the most deadly metal mining accident in U.S. history. This is the story of Elmer Miller, who was the last known survivor from the Granite Mountain Speculator Mine Fire that killed 168 men on June 8, 1917 in Butte, Montana.
My name is Elmer Miller. I live in Marysville, California. I am 96 years old and am the last known survivor of the Granite Mountain Fire that killed 168 men, June 1917 in Butte, Montana. I was born in Olin, Iowa in 1898 and came to Butte with my family in 1916. I started to work at the tramway mine when I was 17 years old. We worked 7 days a week and were paid $40 for 7 days' work. Times were tough, but better than farming, which had been my family's livelihood. After leaving the tramway mine, I was hired at the Granite Mountain mine. I was lucky and got a job as a tool nipper, getting tools and supplies for different miners. There I soon learned all the workplaces on the 1,800 and the 2,000 foot levels. My brother Clarence worked for the same foreman, Bulkhead Jack Hamill. At the time of the fire, we were both on the 2,000 foot level. As the fire developed, the smoke and gas came through all the workings, and all of the workers came out toward the shaft. But that was where the fire was. It was quickly decided to try to get out to the high-ore shaft. The unused drift was partially blocked by small cave-ins, but we managed to get out to the high-ore shaft and up to the surface. When we got to the surface, we learned the cause of the fire. The roadmen were installing a new signal and telephone cable in the shaft, and it broke away. The cable was lead covered, and the separate wires were insulated with paraffin paper. When it was dropped, it was all broken up, and the paraffin paper was scattered all about. One of the workers' carbide lights got too close and set the paraffin paper burning. It spread to the shaft timbers, which burned like a chimney, letting much of the shaft cave in.
Elmer Miller survived, but not all were so lucky. Manus Dugan, a nipper, and J.D. Moore, a shift boss, saved the lives of 31 men by instructing them to build bulkheads made of lagging timber, canvas pipe, and their own clothes. Without the bulkheads, gases from the fire would have killed them all. Manus Dugan saved the lives of 25 men, but he lost his own. J.D. Moore saved the lives of 6 men, and he too lost his life. When their bodies were recovered, letters written to their wives were found by their sides. Given the conditions, a man writing to his wife must have known something was terribly wrong. Listen and learn what it is to know death may be near. Manus Dugan, the beginning.
Sunday morning, 8:45. I've been here since 12 o'clock Friday night. No gas coming through the bulkhead. They have plenty of water. We're all in good spirits.
Dugan realizes he's nearing the end.
I realize that all the oxygen is being consumed. Everybody is breathing heavily. If death comes, it it will be caused by all oxygen used from the air in the chamber. By the time all men were rounded together Friday night, we were all caught in a trap. I suggested we must build a bulkhead. The gas was everywhere. We built a bulkhead and then a second for safety. We could hear rock falling and suppose it to be the rock in the 2400 skip chute. We have rapped on the air pipe continuously since 4 o'clock Saturday morning. No answer. Must be some fire. I realize the hard work ahead of the rescue men. Have not confided my fears to anyone, but welcome death with open arms, as it is the last act we must all pass through, and as it is but natural. It is God's will. We must have no objection.
Dugan reads his will.
To my dear wife and mother, it takes my heart to be taken from you so suddenly and unexpectedly. But think not of me, for if death comes, it will be in a sleep without suffering. I ask forgiveness for any suffering or pain I have ever caused. Madge, dear, the place is for you, Manus.
J.D. Moore's first letter to his wife.
Dear Pet, this may be the last message you will get from me. The gas broke about 11:15. I tried to get all the men out, but the smoke was too strong. I got some of the boys with me in a drift and put in a bulkhead. If anything happens to me, you'd better sell the house and go to California and live. You will know your Jim died like a man, and his last thought was for his wife, that I love better than anyone on earth. We will meet again. Tell Mother and the boys goodbye. With love to my pet, may God take care of you. Your loving Jim, James D. Moore.
Moore's second letter to his wife.
Dear Pet, well, we're waiting for the end. I guess it won't be long. We take turns rapping on the pipe, so if the rescue crew is around, they will hear us. There's a young fellow here, Clarence Marthy. He has a wife and 2 kiddies. Tell her we done the best we could, but the cards were against us. Goodbye, little loving wife. It is now 5:10.
Moore, knowing the end is near.
7 o'clock. All alive, but air getting bad. One small piece of candle left. 9 o'clock. In the dark. All is lost.
Manus Dugan and J.D. Moore lost their lives. When men die, loved ones are left behind. The North Butte Mining Company compensated some wives with $4,000 payable in installments of $10 per week for 400 weeks. The city of Butte, always known for its tough demeanor and caring heart, came to the aid of families who lost their loved ones. Historic Columbia Gardens closed, and the Finland Hotel stopped the music from its cabaret. Stores stayed open 24 hours a day to accommodate families preparing for funerals, and some even donated their profits for a day. Sympathy also came from across Montana and from around the country. Missoula sent flowers to the bereaved families, and the United Mine Workers Union donated $2,000 to help stricken families. With help, the people of Butte started their lives over. An excerpt from the sermon given by Reverend Lawrence A. Wilson of the People's Church on June 10, 1917 best explains the attitude of survivors.
Where is God? Here is the great-hearted city of Butte, athrob with sympathy and tenderness. Here is a spirit which rises universally in proclaim of every act of God. Do you not see God here? Wherever you find the self-sacrificing spirit, such as is universal in Butte today, there you see God. Amen.
The following are quotes from survivors and loved ones from the Granite Mountain Speculator Mine disaster. Josiah James, interviewed by the Montana Standard.
When we'd waited in the suffocating darkness about 48 hours, we broke out, figuring we had nothing to lose. We got to the spec shaft and found air. They didn't think anyone was still alive down there, but someone signaled the engineer. He couldn't believe he heard a signal, but it was us, and he sent help.
Miner Dave Belmont, who escaped with Mitchell's party through the Badger mine.
There was a lot of us on the 2,000-foot level, and about 12:30, the nipper told us there was a fire in the shaft and that we'd better get out. Two old miners who knew where this drift was led the way for us, and we started for the Badger. I don't know how far it is, probably 25 or 30 minutes in making the trip, but it was a long way for us. The wind blew out our candles, and we stumbled along in the dark until someone managed to light a carbide lamp, and then we made better progress.
Madge Dugan, the wife of Manus Dugan, who was later found dead in the mine, with letters written to Madge. Manus was responsible for saving the lives of 25 men.
He was the finest looking man who ever walked the earth. I was crazy about him from the time I was 11 years old. I have nothing to say until I see either his dead body or his living one. I think he's still alive. Anyway, I won't give up hope.
Wife of dead shift boss, Ben Tregoning.
I must not give up hope. Ben knows the mine so well he could not get lost. He was rocking 400 feet below the fire level, and he is too capable a miner to get caught.
Oldest child of miner, Stanley Lazakis, father of 5, rescued with the Moore party.
Papa's at the hospital. A man came and said Papa was not dead in the mine, but he's at the hospital.
Louis Muller, speaking of his dead partner.
I'm single. Chris is married. I'd rather have died if he could have lived.
Excerpt from the Butte Daily Post, June 9th, 1917.
Desolated homes, stricken townsmen, the bitter sacrifice of robust manhood, the unavailing tears, the shattering of hopes, and the rude sundering of tender ties. These things fill the mind of this community.
The following is a wax cylinder recording of the 1914 song titled, "He'd Have to Get Under, Get Out and Get Under, to Fix Up His Automobile." It was a hit recording for Billy Murray that was meant to poke fun at the trials and tribulations of the average car owner of the 1910s. Here's an example of how music sounded in the early 1900s.
Johnny O'Connor bought an automobile. He took his sweetheart for a ride one Sunday. Johnny was togged up in his best Sunday clothes. She nestled close to his side. Things went just dandy till they got down the road. Then something happened to the old machinery. That engine got his goat, off went his hat and coat. Everything needed repair. He had to get under, get out and get under, to fix his little machine. He was just dying to cuddle his queen, but every minute when he'd begin it, he'd have to get under, get out and get under. Then he'd get back at the wheel. A dozen times they'd start to hug and kiss, and then the darned old engine, it would miss, and then he'd have to get under, get out and get under, to fix up his automobile. Millionaire Wilson said to Johnny one day, "Your little sweetheart don't appreciate you. I have a daughter who I know you just love. She likes to ride every day." Johnny had visions of $1 million in gold. He took her riding in his little that he went to say marry me, 'twas the old story again. He'd have to get under, get out and get under, to fix his little machine. He was just dying to cuddle his queen, but every minute when he'd begin it, he'd have to get under, get out and get under. Then he'd get back at the wheel. Every time he tried to steal a kiss, it seems a darned old spark plug it would miss, and then he'd have to get under, get out and get under, to fix up his automobile. He'd have to get under, get out and get under, to fix his little machine. He was just dying to cuddle his queen, but every minute when he'd begin it, he'd have to get under, get out and get under. Then he'd get back at the wheel. It seems that once she sat down on his knee, and then he lost control, ran right up a tree, and then he had to get under, get out and get under, to fix up his automobile.
Thank you for visiting the Granite Mountain Speculator Mine Fire Memorial. Many people have come together to make this memorial possible. The purchase of a brick paver, engraved with your name, a logo, or as a memorial to a lost loved one, will signify your lasting contribution towards honoring our nationally significant mining heritage. If you would like to contribute or learn more about mining and the rich history of Butte, please visit us on the internet at minememorial.org.
Flags on this side of it. Looks like they got a lock and key on that one, but this is the pretty cool place. Got some pretty views, learn a lot of history. For those of y'all that are wondering, this is, right here it says in Butte, Montana from 1870 to 1983, 2,500 men lost their lives from mine-related causes. You are standing on hollowed ground. Yeah, if y'all want to get to this, you come into, if you're coming on Interstate 90 or I-15, well, the intersect's right here in Butte, Montana. That's where I'm at, Butte. But if you're coming in on Interstate 90 up here, you get off on exit 127 and then follow the signs. It tells you where to go up here. Pretty cool place. Let's go see what else we can find about this, because there's other spots and plaques and all. If you look down there, I wish there'd be a plane coming because I can watch it land. Good view of the airport from up here. Yeah, this is the mine memorial. I didn't know what it was. I saw mine memorial. I just saw memorial overlook, so I want to come check it out. I didn't know if it would be about this or military or what. I'm glad I came up here. I'm gonna drive down there and see what that plaque is. So I'll see you in a bit.